Mistake with the Alpha Chapter 117. Jalen's point of view. These are all lies against me, Your Highness, Omar cried. He and his daughter knew there was nothing that could make them escape now. They are in a tight corner. Even now the guards are very close to them. Then it was the turn of the witch to drink the water, but she was a very stubborn one. The leaf that was placed round her was making this already difficult for her. She really struggled with Alvin and Ethan that were trying to hold her. Immediately the drop of water got to her mouth. She started to scream. It seems the pain for her was multiplied by 2. It was Omar that came to me. She shouted in pain again. He made me deceive the Alpha that Allison was his mate while that woman is. He wanted his daughter to be on the Luna post. She screamed again. Please, this is too painful, she cried out. It won't reduce until you tell the truth, Brock said. It's true. I noticed that John and the artist were already calm. That woman, she pointed at Sam. She's not a witch. I was the one who took her image and did all that just so that the Alpha could kill her himself. If he killed her himself, he would be able to accept Allison like his mate. I wasn't surprised. I know my Sam doesn't have the heart to do all these evil things. She's such a pure heart, but then everyone that heard were very surprised. They began to curse at her. This woman must be burned, one shouted. Yes, they all agreed. I was also the one who prevented the Alpha from not seeing his mate, because Omar wanted Allison to be the Alpha's mate. This time Allison and Omar have been seized. Omar didn't say anything. He was just looking like a caught thief. Even Allison has stopped crying. Their faces filled with evil. My father couldn't stop getting shocked. He looks so dejected right now. I know, listening to the one he had fought so hard for doing all these. He surely felt so ashamed of himself. I wouldn't blame him, though. He didn't expect his trusted one to be doing all these. He would have thought them to be a saint. He was so speechless. What do you have to say for yourself? Brock looked at Allison and his father. Omar, instead of talking, burst into laughter. He laughed so hard, and it was quite annoying. I watched how Brock was looking at him. I didn't expect Brock's face to be calm, but then it was calm. The witch was still rolling on the floor. Allison and Omar were now brought to the middle beside her. We all watched as Omar laughed his annoying laugh. Then suddenly Allison shouted. We wondered what was making her shout. Her shout caused a lot of breeze to rise. Immediately I knew what she just did, but it was too late. The witch had chanted an incantation, and the 3 already disappeared. None of us had noticed that when the witch was rolling on the floor, the witch was gathering the leaves around her. After she was done, she made Allison give a loud, growling shout so that the leaves would blow away from her and the witch could recover her powers and run away. Now they've escaped, but I know our path will one day cross. For now I have a wedding to prepare. At last I have Sam to myself.
Samantha's point of view. People might have said a lot of things about Dre, but he's always been a good person to me. He's always so available whenever I need him. After Jalen's transformation, he was just like a breathing log on the floor. We waited a bit. Maybe he was going to wake up, but then he wouldn't wake up. We know staying longer might be so dangerous for us. We can't carry Jay, nor can we stay here all night. Who will then help us carry him inside without anyone noticing? Let's call Dre. I finally remembered a solution. I remembered that Dre could teleport. Sally too nodded her head, and she brought out her phone since I didn't bring my phone with me. In the morning, Jay made us switch them off and leave them behind. He said it would be a distraction. She tried his line for some couple of numbers, but it wasn't going through. I then blamed that we were far away in the bush, so the network is quite bad. I tried using a mind link, and it went through. With the way Dre replied to me, it seemed like he was in the middle of something. Yet, he didn't say he wouldn't come. Few minutes later, he arrived. The look he gave me was so unsatisfying. I'm sorry, I said with a stiff smile. What do you want? He asked grudgingly. He was looking at Jay, who was lying on the ground. If it was Dre in a good mood, he would have asked playfully if we had killed him, but then he didn't. It was then I knew what he was doing was really important. I'm sorry, I didn't mean... Just tell me what you want, he said tiredly. We need you to help us into Jalen's room, I said in a very low voice. Jay and Dre have never rapport like friends. They don't even talk without having a fight. Well, I think it's Dre's fault because he always loves to tease Jay, which doesn't always go well with Jay. I don't know if Dre will agree to help us, but then we should try our luck. Do I look like a transport to you? He scowled. I'm sorry. I was wondering what he was doing that made him this mad. He always loves to be around me. Or was it because it is Jalen? He was looking at Jalen, who was laying on the floor. Talking won't ease your anger, boy. Bet with me. The female will be getting so impatient, Sally's voice came. Dre's face instantly turned. He looked at Sally and pouted. I chuckled, and he looked at me with the corner of his eyes. I quickly folded my lips so as not to laugh. I didn't know that the proud and naughty Dre could be shy. Now I know the reason he's been frowning at me since he came. Looking at him right now, he looks so funny. He just went to touch Jay. Touch me, he said to us. We did what he said, and in no time we were home. We landed on Jalen's bed. That's good because we'll have to ask for his hand to lift him on the bed again. Dre didn't even wait for a thank you before he left. Sally and I laughed at him. Till now, Jay hasn't woken up. I know Jay loves to be clean, so I put water in a bowl and cleaned him up. I was so tired today. I had a lot of fun and I laid beside Jalen, and in no time I drifted off to sleep. The sleep wasn't a long one because some noise disturbed me, and I wasn't happy with it. I don't know what caused such a loud noise. I wanted to sleep back, but this noise got me restless. I looked at Jay, who was still sound asleep beside me. The more the noise comes, the more I feel like something big is happening outside. If not that I'm not supposed to go outside, I would have gone. I didn't want to wake Jay, but now it seems like I won't have a choice. I took his arm and shook it, but Jalen wouldn't wake up. Is he that weak? Crystal asked me.
Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications to stay up to date with new videos uploaded. Also check out our next video in the series.